Do you love or are you attached? All our relationships today, all the people that we claim to love, all the love in the world today really is actually attachment. And there's a difference. Love is a beautiful emotion. If you have love, the relationship cannot go wrong. We use this word. We say, I love you. What does that mean? Love is a feeling of oneness. It means I understand you. I feel what you're going through. I understand your perspective. I understand you are the way you are. That is love. And when you understand that, how can whatever you say, how can the language not meet that? But the problem is, when does love become an issue? Love plus selfishness equals attachment. It's when we start expecting something more or less than what they are from them. Why? Because we put our own beliefs, our own demands, our own desires on that person. We have that expectation, it becomes attachment. And when there's attachment, that spells the destruction in the relationship. And depending on how attached you are, the person cannot manage the burden of the weight of your attachment. How do you get back to love? Reduce the selfishness. Attachment minus selfishness equals love. All our relationships today, it's a declaration. I love you. Asterisk. Terms and conditions apply. And what are the terms and conditions? I love you as long as... Exactly. You put the dirty clothes in the washing. I love you as long as you do this. I love you as long as you do that. You've got a whole list of items, terms and conditions. I love you as long as you also do your share with the children. I love you as long as you do the dishes. I love you. My goodness, if your partner had read the terms and conditions before getting together with you, they may have thought otherwise. Or vice versa. That love is conditional. So you're not loving the person as they are. What are you loving? What are you loving? Why do you love? Why do you prefer your child over another child?
Because we care.
Because you care? Caring is a good thing. But why do you care? Because it's mine. Because who are you loving? You're not loving that person per se as they are. You're loving their connection with you. You're loving what they do to you, how they cater to you, how they make you feel. So you love that particular person because you give me presents. I love you because of you fulfill me, you satisfy me physically, maybe stimulate me intellectually. I love what you do. And if that catering stops, you've changed. You're not the same anymore. All the person has done is they stopped giving you what you want, the love goes. Erich Fromm, he is from Germany. He says, if a person loves only one other person and is indifferent to all others, his love is not love, but a symbiotic attachment. I love you as long as you're giving me, you're feeding me, we're feeding off each other. Or an enlarged egotism. So you're not loving the other person, you're loving what the other person does for you. It's another form of self-love. A man goes to the hospital, his wife has just delivered a baby, and he's in the maternity ward. And I don't know if you've seen these scenes where all the babies you can see them through a glass, and you can see all the babies in front of you. All right, and they're in these cots with glass and hygienic, etc. And the nurse comes in and says, Mr. Smith, your daughter, congratulations, is there on the right. And he looks over at this little bundle. I'm always surprised because if any of you have seen a newly delivered baby, they're actually not very cute. They're still forming. So this bundle, as it were. But he looks at this bundle with so much of affection, and he's thinking, oh my darling, I'm going to read bedtime stories to you. I want to teach you how to ride a bicycle. We'll go camping, and I will take you to your first dance. And I will give a beautiful, touching speech at your wedding. And as he's saying this, you can see him welling up with emotion. All these ideas are coming. He's thinking about it. And the nurse is watching him. And she looks in his direction, and she taps him on the shoulder, and he says, "Sir, not the second row on the right, the higher row." He was looking at the wrong baby. What do you think happened? All that emotion dropped, transferred to the next one. So he wasn't loving that particular person. He was loving the idea of it. This is attachment. How often have we told our children, "You're excellent. You're a wonderful child, except. You're a wonderful child, but can you be more considerate? Can you work on your studies?" As soon as we say that "but," as soon as we put a condition on it, that's where the attachment comes. So what we're doing is, we're not really seeing the person as they are. What are we seeing?
Our expectations or wishes for them.
We're seeing what we would like them to be. We are seeing that person through our mind. The mind wants to see your partner in a particular way. So you look at ideal Renata versus reality wife. Reality wife versus wife in my mind. And because of this disparity, the other person feels the judgment, the lack of love, the lack of non-acceptance. And that is the killer in the relationship. Because you're not loving the other person, you're loving the idea of them. Therefore, what? What should we try and do? Empathize. See things from their mind, their intellect. Try to be less attached. And the way we can practice this is very simply. In French, I'm not sure what's the German equivalent. In French, you say, après vous, after you. That's all it is. When we're exiting, we all have somewhere to be after the lecture. It's just that, look, I know you have kids to go back to. Après vous. So the second principle is, love, not be attached. How? By being less selfish. And what does this mean? It just means that when you meet a person, what is your thought? So when A meets B, the thinking can be, how can I get from B? Or how can I be of service to B? So now we are interacting. What is my motive? Is my motive, what can I share with this group of people? Or is my motive, how can I take from these people? And that difference, people can feel. You can feel it. What is the motive? And this is the idea. If we can just change our approach, how can I be of service to this person? In the interaction, that's all that's required.